For cheap and reliable FIFA coins, go to golda.com. Check out the link in the description.
And I think the key was that Emre Can and Sako were a lot more solid in defense than Lovren. So Lovren and Johnson getting out of the team, Emre Can and Sako. And also, of course, the very important, the ability of Emre Can of bringing the ball out of the bag, because the big problem was, one of the big problems was in the autumn, and that we didn't have a really good ball playing centre back. So every time the centre back passed forward, a lot of the times we lost the ball. And also we didn't have that pace up front. We played with Lambert or Balotelli. Neither of them are fast strikers. And also Balotelli is not famous for his pressing, you know. So now it's much better. But in the autumn it wasn't really good. Balotelli wasn't working hard enough. Now I think he's working a lot better, a lot harder in the games. But you know, for example, against Man City, we played with no strikers. Really, I mean, Sterling was playing as a striker, but it was a fluid formation. Sterling, Coutinho and Lallana could roam between the lines, and it was just brilliant to watch. And even though on paper, Man City, if you compare the players, Man City had a much better team. Individually, their players are a lot better than Liverpool's players, and we still played them off the park, and we could have scored 4 or 5 goals. I'm not exaggerating. If you watch the game, Man City were quite lucky to only lose 2-1, and it was brilliant. And many naysayers said about Rodgers that he's not a good manager. Last season only happened because of Suarez, but this season there is no Suarez. Sturridge doesn't start many of the games, and we have a brilliant record since the Man United loss. We are unbeaten, and we won like how many, 7, 8 games and drawn 3 since December the 14th. That's our record: 8 wins and 3 draws in the Premier League, and most of the games were without Sturridge. All of the games were without Suarez, and that's credit to Brendan Rodgers, credit to the team. He found a formation that suits these group of players, and the future is so bright and so promising. Actually, Liverpool has the second youngest average age in the Premier League. The third youngest is Southampton, and the youngest is Tottenham. So it's very, very promising. I mean, Sterling is only 20 years old. Coutinho is only 22. Emre Can just turned 21, if I remember correctly. Daniel Sturridge is only 25 as well. He hasn't hit his peak yet. Sturridge is still, you know, not on his top form. I think it will be next season where he hits top form. But we shouldn't get carried away. Of course, we are on a great run, but we still aren't in the top 4. We still have big games like Man United at home, Arsenal away, and later Chelsea away. And if we lose those games, we could easily finish in 5th or 6th place, because the league is so tight. But the way we are playing and the way Brendan Rodgers worked with the players and found a system that suits these players is so promising. And actually now we are playing a similarly swashbuckling, entertaining football that we played in the second half of last season, and it just shows what a good manager Brendan Rodgers is. That he managed to work it out and find a formation that suits the Liverpool players. So I'm really encouraging for the future. But yeah, of course, let me know, guys, what do you think about that in the comments below. And yeah, one thing that worries me about Rodgers is his European record. It's absolutely dreadful. But I think it's a couple of things. You know, when we were in the Champions League, we didn't have Sturridge. We were in awful form in the league as well, and we struggled because of that. And of course, Rodgers still was tinkering with the side, trying to find the formation that suits these group of players. We had a lot of new signings coming in, like 8 new signings in the summer. And credit to Rodgers, he bedded them into the team very well, because against Man City, 5 of those 8 new signings played and we played brilliantly. So the Markovic, I forgot Markovic. He's only 20 years old as well. Jordan Ibe only 19. Just imagine if those players hit their peak in 2 or 3 or 4 years. That will be brilliant. And I'm pretty convinced if Rodgers has the time and the funds to work with this club for a long time, he will deliver a Premier League trophy. I mean, we were so close last season, and if we didn't have that terrible start at the beginning of the season, we would be challenging for the title this season as well. I'm judging the form since the Crystal Palace game. So since November the 23rd, we are in title winning form or title contending form, which is absolutely brilliant to see. Of course, we have to get over the line. We have to get into the top 4. It's massive. Next season, the Champions League money is like almost double than what this season was. So it's vital for any club to get into the Champions League. And also, Anfield redevelopment is also brilliant. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And also. We have to wait and see what the rest of the season holds. I hope we can get to the FA Cup final and win the final on Gerrard's birthday. What a send-off that would be. But we have to beat Blackburn first on the weekend. So yeah, the key games, I think, for me, Swansea away, that's a tricky fixture as well. They beat Arsenal and Man United at home, I think, if I remember correctly. Manchester United at home for Liverpool, Arsenal away, and then Chelsea away, and on the last day Stoke away, which is always difficult. Those are the key games. The rest of the games are pretty much winnable. Maybe West Brom away is now a lot more difficult with Tony Pulis in charge. They won on the weekend. They beat Southampton, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So let me know, guys, what do you think about this in the comments below. And this video is quite long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I might upload it in 2 parts. Not sure about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.